There was a big reason why I wanted to wait one particular week or 5 trading days after Palantir's lockup expiration to actually make a video to update you guys on what exactly is going on with Palantir. On lockup expiration, 80% of Palantir shares were available for trading. That's around 1.8 billion shares that executives have control over for Palantir stock. And a lot of people, a lot of shareholders were a little bit worried for Palantir, basically thinking the executives were going to sell off and Palantir stocks was actually going to go in a downtrend. And this past 5 trading days, that is somewhat exactly what happened. A lot of executives did sell, and Palantir had probably one of the most volatile weeks that it's had since its IPO day, basically dropping 25% at one point. But not all was lost regards to Palantir. They actually expanded a partnership with a very big company that, in my opinion, could make Palantir millions of dollars in revenue in the long and short term. So in this video, I want to give you guys the most up-to-date information to what exactly is going on in the past 5 trading days, how many executives actually sold shares, and how many shares have actually been sold. And I also want to give you guys more in-depth details to the partnership with Palantir and this one mysterious company. And also, I'm going to give you guys my price prediction on whether or not Palantir stock is a must-buy stock right now. As always, I always try to give you guys the most up-to-date information that I possibly can to make sure you guys are the most up-to-date. And if this is something you like and do enjoy, please remember to give me a big thumbs up. It does help me out. So without further ado, guys, let's talk about Palantir. Palantir Technologies, ticker symbol PLTR, right now after hours is trading at $23.96. This is the chart of the past 5 trading days. You can see that it hasn't been the best of weeks for Palantir. It actually dropped 25% at one point. Palantir started the week off around $29.73 and even hitting a low of around $22.72. They have a market cap of $44.8 billion with an average volume of $83.8 million. Now, one of the biggest things that actually happened for Palantir was just a week ago, was their lockup expiration. And many people actually started to wonder what that actually means for shareholders, investors, analysts, anybody that's actually giving any sort of opinion for Palantir. Okay, now when it comes to the lockup expiration, 80% of Palantir's shares were going to be available for trading. This will make approximately 1.8 billion shares available for sale, representing roughly 80% of outstanding shares. Okay, so there is some sort of impact for the lockup expiration date. Many people started to wonder and think that a lot of executives were going to cash in, so millions of shares, and the Palantir stock was going to plummet. Okay, so let's talk about what type of executives actually sold off for the shares and how many shares were actually sold. So let's talk about the main guy, the co-founder of Palantir, Stephen Cohen. He made over $50 million from selling Palantir stock. Okay, now when the co-founder of Palantir starts to sell shares, it does raise some sort of concerns for investors. Okay, now he did not sell, $50 million of shares all in one shot. He turned around and sold 1.15 million shares on the same day of lockup day, 550,000 shares on February 19, 300,000 shares on February 22nd, for a total of 2 million shares that were sold of the open market, a value of $53.6 million that he actually cashed in. Okay, again, when the co-founder of Palantir starts to sell shares, there is some sort of concern. So when around 2 million shares were sold, it does drop the stock price. Okay, and it doesn't end there. Okay, the chief operating officer, Sahim Sankar, actually sold $21.5 million worth of shares. 757,510 shares were sold between February 19 and February 23rd. He still owns over 2.8 million shares of Palantir as well. Okay, Matthew Long, general counsel, sold 503,000 shares on February 18, also making 12.6 million. Ryan Taylor, Chief Legal Officer and Business Affairs Officer, sold 218 shares on February 18, making $5.5 million. So there were millions of shares basically being sold by top executives, and those millions of shares are being traded freely in the open market, basically making a lot of volatility for Palantir, basically pushing down the stock price as well. Okay, so should you guys be concerned of these executives selling their shares? I don't think so. That's just probably them just trying to make some cash and some revenue for themselves. Okay, they still have millions of shares in their back pocket, hundreds of thousands of shares in their back pocket, still left standing in their filings, right? They did sell millions of shares out there, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to sell the rest of the billion shares that they have control over. Okay, so this is just giving, in my opinion, more shareholders a little bit of a chance to basically get into Palantir at a better price at a very good discount. Will the sell-off continue, for weeks on end and for the rest as time moves on? Maybe. Okay, maybe more executives will start to sell. Maybe the co-founder will sell a little bit more. Who knows? Okay, in my opinion, they were just there to cash in on some little bit of cash and making them a little more millions. Okay, these millionaires just wants to keep on making money, in my opinion. Will there continue to be a sell-off? Who knows? Only time will actually tell. Okay, there's a lot of speculation that yes, there are going to be selling more and more shares, with due time. Millions of shares were only sold in just this past 5 trading days. We could actually, we can't even predict what's going to happen in the next 5 trading days if we don't know what's actually going to happen in the market either. But not all is lost. Palantir actually had, in my opinion, a pretty good week. They finally closed a deal expanding their relationship with company 3M in a multi-million-dollar deal. Okay, we all know 3M is a conglomerate company, and for you guys don't know who 3M is, they make the masks to basically help fight coronavirus. Okay, and if you guys have walked around with some sort of masks, it's probably 3M made. Okay, 3M is in every sort of industry. Okay, they're considered an industrial company, but they play so many parts in so many different types of industries. Okay, 3M will use the foundry to assist in building out a dynamic supply chain to make it easier to quickly adjust to supply chain demand changes across tens of thousands of products. 3M was one of the companies that were actually tuning in for Palantir once they had their demo day. Okay, demo day was a pretty good, in my opinion, a pretty good step forward for Palantir. It did attract a lot of new clients towards Palantir, and 3M being one of them. In an increasingly complex world, the success of our business depends on our ability to respond quickly to changing facts on the ground, stated 3M Vice President. In the midst of a global pandemic and significant changes to our demand across products, the Foundry platform enabled us to react quickly and effectively. We're excited to expand this work across the 3M enterprise. Okay, so see that even though 3M is a solidified company, one of these big corporated companies, right? There's still some room for improvement, and they kind of found some necessity for Palantir's Foundry. And like I was saying, Palantir's demo day did attract a lot of new clients. They attracted 3M, IBM, BP, Rio Tinto, and PG&E since their demo day. Okay, a lot of good things is going on for Palantir when it comes to, is Palantir going to be a very volatile stock? Is Palantir worth having in my stock portfolio? In my opinion, yes. In my opinion, I'm buying now. I do have Palantir in my stock portfolio right now. Okay, I'm a really big believer of Palantir long term. When they had their earnings come, when you saw the earnings, I was kind of happy to see growth in revenue year over year, quarter to quarter. Many people are concerned that Palantir is strictly only in military businesses or government businesses. But Palantir is expanding their horizon. It just takes due time. Everything is a process. In my opinion, Palantir right now, this dip, I am buying this dip right now for Palantir. And if it keeps on dropping, I'm going to continue to build up my position, because the lower the stock price, the better the evaluation actually starts to make a little bit more sense for Palantir stock. And in my opinion, I do hope it drops below $20 just for me, in my opinion, for I could get a little bit greedy and just buy more and more shares of Palantir. Palantir, in my opinion, is going to be a very big company within the next 5 to 10 years. Catherine Woods keeps on buying Palantir stocks and upping her position in Palantir as well. Catherine Woods is thinking about the next generation, and I do believe Palantir stock could be one of those companies that could be that company to be for the next generation. Right, guys, so that's basically my opinion, and that's my update on what exactly happened in the past 5 trading days for Palantir pertaining to the lockup expiration day and how many executives actually sold, and the new partnership that Palantir actually brought in this past week. Me as a potential shareholder and as a shareholder for Palantir, I am very happy to what is actually going on with Palantir. Palantir's, we haven't seen a bad week like this since its IPO day. A correction, something like this, tends to happen. Okay, but if you're gonna hold this company long term, why not buy into it? In my opinion, I'm buying now. That's why I have my buy now shirt. Hope you guys like it. All right, guys. So that's my opinion. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for watching all the way through. We are almost at 900 subs, almost at 1,000 subs, and I do appreciate each and every one of you that has been supporting me since day one. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Please remember to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe down to the channel for more great content, more up-to-date information. All right, guys. So please be safe out there. Please wear your mask, and till next time, guys. Peace out. Have a great day. Bye.